Hi, I am RJ. This is a brief bio of my life journey in my walk with God. My grandparents took me to Sunday school and church every Sunday from the time I was a toddler until their death in 1958. May their souls rest in peace. I was 6 years old when I saw a spirit of my grandfather who had passed away, and up to my teen years, I saw spirits of other people in my community that I knew. And the strange thing about it was they had not passed away that knew of at the time. News came later that same day or sometime later that they had passed. I was nearing my 20s when things would come to mind, and it came to pass. In my 30s, I started having dreams, and in them, visions that came true. And I heard voices while I was awake and in my dreams. In those dreams, there was a warning for me and others, which I shared. I did not know they were gifts from God at the time. I also have had what some people call an out of body experience. I had never felt anything like that in my entire life. I had worked a night shift, as some would call it, the graveyard shift. My husband and I were sitting in the loft area of our home watching TV, and I fell off to sleep while waiting to watch my favorite program. During my sleep, I was floating along in the direction of the primary bedroom toward the single door, which was directly in front of the loft area where we were sitting. When I got close to the door, I had an ineffable feeling while floating toward the door. Then a pair of arms wrapped around my neck, crossed. I looked behind me and saw myself sitting in a chair with my head to the side, and in that moment I said, "Oh Lord," and began to quickly go back, and I screamed. My husband, who was sitting near the window, jumped and yelled out, "What the hell is wrong with you?" I told him what happened, and he said, "You saw all of that." I think that was a warning for me because I was supposed to go into surgery that month, and I wanted to go the next month because I was on a journey that I was delaying. And here I am in my 70s and living in the spiritual realm for about 7 years now. What I am seeing and hearing is at a whole other level. I prayed and asked God what He wanted to do with what I know. By the way, I forgot to mention that I gave my life to Jesus at the age of 12 and never changed it. What someone could do if they had never given their life to Jesus is do it now, and above all, do a sinner pray and ask God to take control of your life. Walking by faith and not by sight, no matter what is happening in your life, and He will bring it to pass in His time. Short prayer: I am fearfully and wonderfully made. I submit myself to God only and not Satan. I command you to flee in the name of Jesus.